Hiya, pals. Hi, pals, and welcome to the Disneyland Paris Show. Here's your hosts, Lucy, Chris, and Hugh. Gosh. And now, Disneyland Paris news. Bob Iger has announced Susan Arnold his successor as chairman of the board of the Disney company.
An AP party has been announced for late March to launch... Where? An AP party has been announced for late March to launch the 30th anniversary.
The Annual Pass team will soon be launching Annual Pass Showtime, a new online show.
Harrington's is offering make-your-own ornament workshops for the Christmas season.
Disneyland Paris's new accessibility program, Magic All, has launched this week with a new questionnaire to determine the colour of your pass.
And Disney's Sequoia Lodge reopens to guests. Oof.
I know. I was all flustered because there was a camera pointing at me. So if you wonder what's going on here, I did tell you last week we were going to be doing Vlogmas, and this is me filming you, watching us, filming ourselves, watching you. So we're doing a little behind the scenes of the Disneyland Paris Show podcast. So if you want to see the result of this crazy video, is this stressing you out, Chris?
We've picked a really good day for this because I'm hanging. I've got an awful hangover.
If you want to see this, it'll be up on our YouTube channel, hopefully tomorrow as day 6 of Vlogmas. For now, I'm going to say bye-bye to future you so I can talk to present you. And we'll pick this up at the end of the show.
I'm just busy individually saying hello to people in the chat.
And interesting things happened in our setup today, which is that we've positioned the camera slightly higher than we normally do.
Oh, it's on an angle, isn't it?
It is, but the angle doesn't matter.
It does, because I look tiny.
You do look a little bit
I'm
tiny.
going to rotate it.
but also it means that I keep looking at myself on the screen down there, and I can really see that I'm not looking anywhere near the camera. But it's all right. I don't think that's going to make that much difference to you, Hugh. You're still going to look tiny.
We'll be okay.
Yeah.
Right, and I have to remind myself to get nice and close to the
Yeah,
mic.
we do need to remember that.
Is that better?
Not what now?
For
That is
listeners,
better,
we're doing some visual humour there, where I pretended to be really tall that time. But I
Humour.
was just hovering. That's
In
better.
With a GH in the humour. Right, what can we expect from today's show, guys? Okay, we're going to go all the way through that news. I'm going to chat a little bit about the Vlogmas that we've done and the plans that we've got for the next week. We're also going to talk a little bit about our new bucket lists and our hopes for 2022 for our trips.
Our hopes and dreams.
Things we want to do that we've never done before, things we hope that will happen. It's like a little wish list for next year after the craziness of the last 2 years for Disneyland Paris. But first, we've got to delve into all this breaking brand new stuff we've got to talk about.
Brand news.
Breaking news!
Breaking news!
I always kind of go in reverse order. So this is a very weird place for my microphone. I might look like I've got scoliosis on the live show, but...
Oh, yeah, you kind of need the microphone between you and the camera, because then it makes you naturally move into it.
Yes.
Oh, well.
Might do that.
Next time.
So,
How close together can these be?
As close as you like.
Disney's Sequoia Lodge has reopened. Now, there's not an awful lot of news that goes with that. The shop's opened, Hunter's Grill has opened, the bar's opened, but it was one of those, as I was looking through pictures of it, it was a genuinely emotional thing, particularly because it's Christmas, I think, and the decorations for Christmas there are amazing. That kind of very woodsy, roaring fires, coziness of Sequoia Lodge at this time of year just is unparalleled.
We've got something. It's not unparalleled, because if Chris can just reach...
Oh, yeah, I would love to.
I trimmed our Pinky Winky plant today, and I thought... I deadheaded them, and I thought, well, why don't I just bring in the dead flowers?
And listeners will be able to hear it crinkle.
They can, yeah. And it's a lovely brown.
It's
And
a thing of beauty. It's the
popped
colour
them
of
in a
coffee
vase.
beans.
Yeah, it's autumnal, and I just thought, it might look nice in the kitchen.
And it does look like something you would see in Phantom Manor.
Yes, it is Phantom Manor.
Yeah, they do have dead flowers and dead foliage in there. So
I'll take a picture and I'll put hashtag, if you can't see, hashtag 37 Disney Street, Pinky.
Nice.
Just pink with a Y on the end.
Very
Not
nice.
IE, like...
That is because that's called a Pinky Winky.
I'll keep
usually.
it simple. I'll just put a Y on the end.
Okay. Good.
Fantastic. So I'm going to start my bucket list with staying at Sequoia Lodge at Christmas. We've stayed at it in the summer, which in retrospect... No, hang on. It was January when we stayed there, wasn't it?
Yes, it was, yes.
It was. So it was cold and cozy, but
2020.
it wasn't Christmas. Yes, 2020.
January 20.
I remember
We,
Do you remember that?
actually went
Simpler
in
time.
2020. Imagine
I
that.
think I remember hearing about coronavirus while we were there and just thinking, come on, it'll blow over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the West is invincible, isn't it? We went to Disneyland Paris twice in 2020, and I think that needs some kind of celebration because I don't think many people can say that. It wasn't open for more than... It was open until the middle of March.
Bragging now.
And then it was open for like
Get over yourself.
2.5 months in summer. I know. That is total bragging rights.
I can't believe we went in summer of 2020. I can't believe it.
How young and foolish we were.
You didn't get anything, did you?
Well, no.
Not until 8 weeks ago.
You see,
You
I
got told that we're
decided...
negated, didn't you?
Yeah. I decided from the off, the minute it opens, we're going, oh, it's reopening, let's book a trip. And now that we know it wasn't all over and the way that things have ebbed and flowed since, I'd be a lot more wary. In fact, I know you've got a friend, haven't you, who's just...
I've got one friend.
But he's just cancelled his trip for, what was it, next week or the week after?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, a couple I know, they... I think they're called The Canny Couple, if you want to catch them on YouTube. They've done some Disneyland vlogs in California.
Yeah,
and
they
stuff.
did California.
Yeah, they were all set to go and they were asking about PCR tests and things recently. I noticed on Facebook. And then I saw today that she'd just said they've just cancelled it because she said there's too many what ifs. Not like Marvel what ifs. Well, I would say there are too many of those because they weren't very good. But she means like what ifs, questions hanging over her trip.
Yeah, there are a lot, and I guess if that's something that bothers you, I can totally understand why you'd
I think
want to cancel.
when we went in August, we'd had a decent run-up we'd had a good 6 to 8 weeks of knowing what the rules were, and the rules weren't changing much, so we could really plan purchasing all our
That's
tests
August
and
this
stuff.
year, not the previously mentioned summer we went last
Yeah.
in 2020.
Yeah, this is 2021. Things had stabilised a bit.
It's stabilised.
So we were able to, we could plan all this. Whereas I think at the moment things we're back in the every week something's different phase, aren't we?
I think the thing for me is it's not what if, but the reason that we haven't cancelled yet is because it's more if not then what. I think at the moment if we cancel it, we won't get anything like what we're going to get for this. So do we then cancel it and indefinitely and get the money back? In which case, when are we ever going to rebook to go again? Because it's just
Are you thinking of cancelling again?
No,
Chris?
I'm not. I'm not thinking of cancelling again.
But
I'm just
remind
quarantined
listeners
for
of
ages. It just depends what happens.
It's always you've always got to be prepared for it. That's the thing.
That's exactly
Remind
it.
listeners when you're going, and it's February half term, isn't it?
Yes, I'm not going. We're not going because the kids don't know about it yet. But yeah, it's not. It's just in case you're watching, Lucas. Don't listen to that bit that we just talked about then, and don't watch whatever we talk about for the next couple of minutes. Okay?
Yeah.
Cool. Go play Roblox. Good lad.
So you've basically got 2 months and a week, shall we say? 2 months and a week before you go. Now I wouldn't have in my wildest dreamed thought that 2022 wasn't a goer.
No.
But
When are we going to Disney World?
exactly 6 months.
May. That's when Susie's going.
I know, but she's going at the beginning of May. We're going at the end.
Oh.
We had this discussion because I'm going for my birthday. So even before she booked it and I booked it, we knew we wouldn't be there at the same time.
She's paid off 83% of it, and she's still not convinced that they're going.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
it's difficult, isn't it? It's difficult to know what to do for the best with all of this at the moment, I think.
I also think Mark Chester's in the wrong chat because he says, "Hello, you beautiful people."
He's talking about me and Lucy.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
Obviously.
Yeah, it's I am more convinced about America, to be honest, because they just seem to be pootling along, ignoring the problem. Now, Biden took
in particular Florida, like if it's like a state by state case basis, then we'll be all right in Florida because they don't care.
No. There won't be rules in Florida that stop us going. And Biden took so long to lift the travel ban that I think it would take an absolute hurricane for him to put it back in place.
Yeah,
because
you're probably right.
now, as to how many tests we have to do and how long we have to quarantine, that's a different matter. But I'm at the point now where I'd have a month off work if I needed to go.
I think the bonus for us is that we travel back on Friday, and you don't have to do your PCR test on day 2. You have to have done it by the end of day 2,
Yes.
which means we could literally have them in our bags, cross back over the channel, and do our test straight away and get them posted off. And hopefully, we'd have a result by the Sunday. So potentially no quarantining at all over a weekday and missing work and those kind of things. That's the real thing.
That's what my parents are planning for Christmas. I said
Yeah.
last week they had Tenerife. They were like, well, if they found a drive-through testing thing that they can pay for privately on the way back from the airport, so that hopefully they'll get it,
Perfect.
before Christmas. Nathan's saying my space boot. I think Nathan might be new to the chat. I don't remember the name. If you are, hello Nathan.
Hello,
if
Nathan.
you're not, I'm terrible with names, so I'm sorry I've forgotten you. My space boots are shaking over the thought that my December 20th trip will be cancelled. It's been cancelled so many times. Nathan, really, this is the thing. It's the constant crushingness of it, isn't it?
Yeah, I think Nathan's been here before because I used to know a Nathan Smith.
All right.
It's not the same one though, but
Okay.
so I recognise the name. I could be wrong too.
Oh,
We-
I'm not going to pass comment on this. I'm just going to sit on the fence.
We met a very good friend from years ago at a local tourist attraction today, and granted he was wearing a mask up to there.
Oh,
I had no idea who he was.
Yeah, well,
no idea.
First of all, he said,
genuinely just going,
"I hear you," and I just looked at him, as if to say, I can't see you. You've got a hat on and a mask. I can just see this part of your face. And my sister wears a what's it called?
niqab.
A niqab. And even my sister came up to me in the supermarket once, and I'd never seen her wearing it. And I just looked at her and I thought, it's probably my sister.
Yeah. His sister did marry a lovely Muslim fella, and that's why it's not just a fashion statement, just to make that clear.
Anyway, but so he said that, and so I eventually recognised his voice. He never told me his name. That was the annoying thing. I said, sorry, who am I looking at? And he didn't tell me his name. And then after he went, Lucy said, who was that? Anyway.
I know.
It's a good story. It's a really good story. Tell us more.
It was very awkward.
Nathan says he's jumped on 1 or 2 times live, but he's a regular Spotify listener. That's lovely because I know we know from the figures we've got a lot of
Spotify
podcast listeners that we never hear from. So thank you for being there. Johnson Adventures is there. Hi, Johnson Adventures. They've been commenting on my Vlogmas. We're doing the behind the scenes Vlogmas today, Johnson Adventures. So that'll be out tomorrow.
Pick up the others then, because I replied individually, but we've also got
Oh,
Claire,
cool.
Susie's here, Mike, Manchester, Nathan, Johnson Adventures,
We need a roll call jingle.
the whole gang. Yeah.
I'll get on it. I haven't done one for ages.
I know.
Roll call.
Um,
Nathan Smith.
right, I'm moving on to some more news, people. Am I okay holding my mic like this, do you think?
Well, I mean, you are holding it like that, so I guess so. As long as you're not,
But I always get in trouble for
it's going to make you
banging
really
things.
uncomfortable. And you do look a little bit like Ebenezer Scrooge carrying his candle.
Yes, she does.
Hold it up a bit higher so they can see. Okay.
Right, so Disneyland Paris have got a new accessibility program. This replaces the green card program, and there was the other one, the orange card. The orange card was like the lesser version, and the green card could get you into. You had to go to town hall. You had to give doctor's notes or proof of your disability.
Do you?
For the green card, back in the past.
In the past.
In the past, and then
Once upon a time.
Once upon a time, and then you would get a green card, and the green card just got you straight on any attraction, no wait. The orange card was a lesser version of that, and I can't remember what that did, but it was rarer. And there was also a band for expectant mothers, so that they knew.
Just in case they dropped.
Yeah.
But you're not allowed to ask for proof.
No, that's in America. They're not allowed. Yeah, they can't be asking for doctor's records and things because of I don't know why.
Just the law.
Yeah.
Just law.
What's that thing people keep saying about the vaccines? Is it HIPAA? It's my HIPAA rights. My HIPAA right. I don't know. They can't.
Okay.
But France can, because France don't care. So you have to take doctor's notes to France. However, they've changed it now, and this can only be a good thing. Now, I did read 2 very long articles on this to give information to you, and then I decided basically not to, because this is important stuff that if you do have a special need, it will affect your trip, and I really don't want to get it wrong and it be a case of Lucy said. So I'm going to tell you where the articles
Don't be
were.
saying that at the town hall.
Yeah, exactly.
37 Disney Street said it.
So there's a lot of information on the Disneyland Paris website, and there's also a really good breakdown article on DLP Report, and they've kind of put it into more colloquial how this will affect you terms. So if it affects you, then go check them out. But what we need to know is that there's now like this flowchart questionnaire, and unfortunately the screenshot that I saw that was on the DLP Report one was in French, so I don't know what it says. But from what I gather, it will be like, can you walk without assistance? Yes or no? And it'll take you down to some more boxes. And then it'll be something else. Yes or no? Yes or no? And then it results in you being given one of 4 coloured passes. So this is a lot better because, for example, Hugh has a condition that would qualify.
Yeah, it's arrogance.
Yeah.
Just arrogant.
Hugh has a condition that would qualify him for some kind of disability pass, but there's no reason that you need to just queue jump every single attraction. We've never got one because we think it would be cheeky and wrong.
I'm fine for like 95% of the time.
Yes.
So.
And then on the 5%, you might not be in the park anyway.
I might need to nip off out the queue real quick.
Yeah. So basically, there would be a more specified pass for him that was more.
Brown pass.
Oh, guys.
Brown and red.
Oh no.
Thanks for watching.
The thing I've got, which is a form of Crohn's, is like it's one of the ones where you'd be like, oh, I can see why you'd need that, because you might have to go out of the queue suddenly. And then you can't start again.
And then you can't get back in the queue.
You can't be queuing for another 90 minutes and then, like, just been like, oh, am I going to have to nip out again? You know what I mean?
I think what they give in that instance, I mean, like say, go read into it.
I wouldn't get one, personally.
There's a version where
I
you
don't
can
need
get
one.
a return time instead. So if the queue says 45 minutes, you can come back in 45 minutes, but you don't have to stand in the queue.
Right.
And I believe that's what would apply for you if you were having a flare-up, etc., because that means that you'd have easy access to facilities as opposed to being trapped in a queue. So it's a different level to ones they've given before. They also now have services that include audio commentary for visual impaired people on visual attractions on headsets. They also give out cards that specify the audio and sensory elements of every attraction, so that if you've got autistic minors who carry ear defenders with them, they might choose to wear them or choose not to do the attraction. So they've got descriptions. So it sounds like they've really gone into this and thought a lot more about individual needs as opposed to this kind of one system catches all thing, which is a lot better.
That's
and
really good.
There's always been, I mean, I once and I can't even remember what it is because it was years ago, but I once watched a vlogger who it wasn't a big one, it was just a small thing, but he bragged.
He was nothing.
It was, before anyone starts guessing who it was, I don't think it was a Disney vlogger, I think it was just a dude who'd gone to Disneyland, but he said, I had a really good day because I ran into, let's say, Pat and Bob, and Pat had a bad back, so she managed to get me on all the attractions without a queue today. So we'd just run into them, and because she'd got this disability card, it got on, and I thought, excuse me, you utter banker, you know what I mean?
I heard Pat and Bob. I was thinking it's Bob and he wears patterned shirts.
I thought she was going to say Patton Oswald.
Do you know, I just have to tell a story about the mystical Pat and Bob. I spent my year out in Zambia, and I ran into a couple of road trippers, South African road trippers, and they said,
Rad trippers.
yeah, oh, you're from England, do you smoke, go to Cornwall and ask for Pat and Bob and they'll sort you out. And I just imagined walking over from Dorset to Cornwall and going, anyone know Pat and Bob? Said they'd sort me out. Anyway, let's move along somewhat.
If you know Pat and Bob,
Yeah, they'll sort you out.
Drop them our
Spell.
way.
Message in the comments there.
Can I just say what I like about this?
Hang on,
If you
Bob-
are Pat and Bob,
Isn't Bob's Sangwell's other half called Pat?
Oh,
is that right?
I don't know. I can't
We should
remember.
know. 'Cause
They're not in
we've
Cornwall,
We've met
though.
her. Bob, correct us,
It might-
please.
It might be sometimes in Cornwall.
Interesting.
No, sorry, I was just
I'd
reading
love
the
it if
chat.
that was
and
true.
said, no, don't. Oh, can you imagine the circular nature of life if that was a thing?
It happens.
Right, I just want to
find out.
give a little text mark Lucy rant about why I'm happy about this, because so many changes this year that have come to Disney, I think have been for the benefit of the shareholders and the management, and not necessarily for the benefit of the guest. And I didn't used to think that about Disney, hardly ever. I always felt like,
Married to Pat Sangwell.
oh, sorry, Pat and Bob, I'm so sorry.
But can you sort us out?
But in this instance, I genuinely get the feeling like I don't think they're doing it for what's easier for cast members or what will get us more money, because I can't see any benefit to that, because it's easier for cast members just to have one pass, isn't it? I think they've genuinely looked at what is better for all guests, what is fairer to the guests without disability passes, what serves the guests with disability passes better, how can we help them, the autistic minors, how can we help I really think they've gone above and beyond to fix a broken system and do it for our benefit, and I'm just delighted about it.
Yeah.
Be our guest. Be our guest. Try the Green Pass. It's efficient. The Dunn family, the Dunn family here, and he says, "Hello everyone. Hope you're all well, all home and well. Had an amazing time. Only took 700 pics. Don't cancel in caps. Just go. It's amazing.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, just go. Let's go. Should we all go? Let's go.
Haven't we had
Let's
a few
go.
that have like just got back by now? There was a couple
Yes.
going, wasn't there? There's a Dunn family.
I know we've had a few. Well, Natasha's just got back and sent us a video,
Well,
hasn't
that was
she?
a while ago. I finally tweeted the video today. I think she was going to send me some more because the video kind of says we'll show you inside the restaurant later. But then, but for now, I've tweeted. So I tweeted today. One of our friends sent us some videos of the Art of Marvel Hotel. So I tweeted it today. So if you want to search for that, you can search for the hashtag 37 Disney Street. Now, did I put AOM? I think I did. Let me just double check.
37 Disney Street, Hotel New York, Art of Marvel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, dear.
While you're finding that, I'm going to go on to a very tiny piece of news.
Ooh.
Harrington's, which is the posh glass blowing shop on Main Street, they're doing...
So just while we're on it, so
Yeah.
it was 37 Disney Street AOM.
AOM.
Art of Marvel. So
Good.
all one word, obviously. You can find some videos.
They're doing little make-your-own
Oh,
ornament
I've seen
workshops. Yeah, just for the Christmas season. So it's kind of...
incredibly expensive, or it looks like it is for what you do.
It's a €19.
Bauble.
Should we call it an experience?
Bauble with stickers on it.
And it's basically, it's a plain glass bauble, and you can sit down at a little table, and you get you can choose your little page of decal stickers, and then you decal on, and you can put the ribbons on and stuff. So you end up with a €19. What's that, like £15? A £15 bauble that you've made yourself, and I think it might be fun to do. I can't see the value.
I think if you've got some artistic ability and you're an adult and you fancy doing that, then great. But really, this is the kind of activity that's aimed at 4-year-old kids who are going to stick stickers over the top of the decals over the top of each other, and it's going to end up with
All
this
in a
horrible thing
bunch,
that you have
yeah.
to put on the tree every year.
Yeah, that's the thing. When you take your child somewhere, especially if you're like someone like me, you're always trying to just kind of guide the way they're doing it.
Yeah.
Actually, Chris, can you just under that gumball machine? There's a mosaic that Bonnie made. So we went to this craft place in Leeds and we did a mosaic workshop, and I very heavily guided her into making. I'm just holding it up now, listeners. It's a mosaic, but it's a rainbow
With grass.
on some
grass,
grass,
yeah.
and I was quite pleased with it in the end. But I kind of art directed her.
Yeah.
Bless her.
You see, the thing is,
Nice, isn't it?
I don't do that. I let her just make a mess,
It
but
made
then
me
we
want
end
to do
up with...
more mosaicing. I can recommend mosaicing. Big time.
See, if only Harrington's did Disney mosaicing, that would work, wouldn't it?
If Carlsberg did mosaic making, it'd be best in the world.
Still be terrible lager.
Do you know, I was going to drop another advert in there when you said, you weren't sure of the value of the bauble, but I was going to say, but time spent with your family, priceless.
Oh, that's
isn't
lovely.
that the guy from Pirates of the Caribbean who does those voiceovers, who was in This Life? Priceless.
Oh, was it?
I think it was.
I was going to say hello to Michael Harrington when she said Harringtons because I love Grease too.
Oh yeah.
Say hello to Michael Carrington.
What would
hello
they say
to Michael Carrington
if they knew it was Michael? Oh, Dunfamily's also watching Encanto, and we're reviewing it after this.
We are.
We did. That was my Vlogmas today. We watched it yesterday. That was Vlogmas today. It was only a little short one, but yeah, we're going to do a full review after, and I'm really excited to talk about that. I'm going to press on, guys.
Yeah,
so we've got 2 in a row here. Now, what happened is, if you remember a few weeks ago, they announced that they were doing an annual pass showing of Encanto in the theatre. Yes. Mm-hmm. So they did that, but they used it as an opportunity to kind of do some announcements to the annual pass audience and do a little presentation before the film starts. And we found out a couple of things. First of all, there's going to be more of these exclusive showings for both Doctor Strange and Lightyear, if you're interested in that. But the big news is, first of all, they're going to be launching this annual pass Showtime, which is a new online show. I just think it's like a YouTube channel for annual pass holders, I think. Now, I'm just not a fan. I'm a fan of everything Disney does organically in the parks, but when they try and promote themselves, I find it extremely sterilised and a bit icky.
Have you watched listened to Giovanna Fletcher's new Disney podcast? No. That's quite good. It's not bad at all, but it is an official podcast.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I might check that out.
Yeah.
Unlike us, we're pirates.
Yes.
Unofficial. Very unofficial. Mm-hmm. It's going to be co-hosted by Betty Rose and Jimmy Ocean. These are like the 2 very highly designed pirate people who have done a few annual pass things. The other thing is, and there's no dates for this because I looked.
Put Batty Rose on
on
your notes there.
I know. The other thing is, there's going to be an annual pass party in late March to celebrate the launch of the 30th, and it's going to look back on 30 magical years with vintage shows, parades, rare characters, and surprises. Now, there's no actual dates for this yet. Believe me, as soon as I heard about this, I looked. Some of you will know that we heard a very strong rumour that Avengers Campus was going to open 25th of March. Turned out not to be true. It's now the summer. And the anniversary is the 12th of April. So we were a toss-up whether we were going to go for the 25th of March or for the 12th of April. We want to plan a trip at about that time. But if this is going on, this might be our trip. We might go for this annual pass party, and it's been on my bucket list for a long time to do a hard ticket event at Disneyland Paris. I think it could be quite exciting and different, unique experience. The fact that they're going to look back on vintage shows, parades, rare characters, I find that quite thrilling.
What date is it?
They haven't announced it. They've said the end of March, which is killing me.
Yeah, because you want to get in quick as well before
I know.
days go. And
I know.
Yeah. Oh.
So I don't know about that. We're leaving it a bit late for everything. But as we talked about at the beginning of the show, I'm also put off booking anything solid at the moment for other reasons as well. So we'll see. We'll see. I'll let you know. Anything going on in the chat, guys? I've been talking.
Some chat about Disney Christmas ornaments on the tree. Claire says, "Who here has Disney ornaments on their Christmas tree?" We do have some, but we try and. It's very subtle, isn't it? We've got some of the Primark Mickey hands ones, but they kind of sit back in amongst the chocolate tinsel branches.
But
this time last year, I didn't have any. And I now have, I think, 8.
Yes, you went on a bit of a spree with sales and things.
They just suddenly, you find them cheap. And yeah.
We've got a Hawaiian Minnie and Mickey, but that just sits on the shelf all year round because it's so nice and it's not really Christmassy, so it's just an ornament now.
It's not Christmassy, it's just got the dangle on, so the dangle goes down the back and it's just an ornament. We've also got I've
got a dangle on.
Thanks.
Zip my jeans up.
Oh, Huey. We've talked about the back end. We don't want to hear about the front end. So we've also got a Sven and Olaf. We've also got a Sven and Olaf glass bauble and some little some things.
I've got the Doom Buggy.
Oh, amazing.
I've got the 3 Caballeros that you guys got me last year, which also could probably sit out. Actually, I might keep it out this year. We've got a Frozen 2 Elsa one where she sings "Into the Unknown" like that, just like that.
Yeah.
Your levels just went through the roof then, Chris.
I know. I just peaked. The rose from Beauty and the Beast, and that lights up. That's quite cool.
That's nice.
That's 4. Come on, I can do this.
How many have you got?
8, I think. Oof. I know. I'm nearly there. We've got the Pluto anniversary one. We got that last year. Ollie broke it within 5 minutes of it being home, so it didn't go up last year. I've glued it, fixed it. It's gone up this year. That's 5. Then, I know, I'm sorry, this is really entertaining, isn't it?
Have you got, because Nathan's got the Alice doorknob.
Oh, no, that would be good.
Oh yeah, I've seen that one and I've questioned that quite a lot. Thing is, if we started, we wouldn't stop. If we had a Disney tree, it would be too expensive.
We've got a Tangled lantern with Pascal hanging off it.
Oh,
that
that's
lights
nice.
up. It's lovely as that one. That's probably my favourite. Anna and Olaf in a boat. That was one from last year, and then one more. I think there's
Come on,
that
you can
more.
do
Is
it.
that 8 or?
You can do it.
I've lost count. That might be all of them.
Fantastic. Wally and Eve. Claire's got Wally and
Buzz
Eve.
Lightyear.
I've seen those. Those look
In his
good.
box.
Yes, Buzz Lightyear in his
Dunn family is still
original
going
box.
for the 12th of April, even if they have to pay for one day, as it's still blacked out on annual pass. Yes, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that either. We'll see how we go. But I mean, we might, if we do go for 12th of April, I might try and book into a Disney hotel, and then that overrides the annual pass thing. We'll see. Right. So we've talked about that annual pass party. The last thing, Bob Iger has announced that Susan Arnold is now his successor as chairman of the board of the Disney company. Now, I don't know much about
history.
how big corporations. Excuse me, I need to cough.
What's the rest of that song?
Don't know much about science book. Don't know much about the
French I took.
But I do know that I love you. And I know that if you love me too, what a wonderful world this could be. Sam Smith. But not Sam Smith. Sam Smith, isn't it?
Yeah.
There you go.
Cool. Susan Arnold is the name. So I don't know a lot about how corporations work and things.
In that.
With who sits on boards and how things work. And I thought, so Bob Iger used to be the chairman of the board, but Bob Chapek isn't going to be. And I looked back. Apparently, is this a big scandal that I'm not getting? Apparently, it's not always the case that CEOs and chairman of the boards are the same person. But Bob Iger has been since 2005. He's been both. And Michael Eisner was. And I tried to look back further than that, and they always said board member, but I don't think chairperson of the board. So I don't know if it's indicative of anything that Bob Chapek hasn't been made chairman of the board. However, I then went on the Wikipedia page for Susan Arnold thinking, oh, can we have some lovely creative dreamer there for us, please, for us fans to override Chapek when he's been a miser? Can we please? This is what I found out about her background. She's an operating executive of of the Carlyle Group, which is a multinational private equity, asset management and financial services corporation.
She's a 60-year-old balding
She
man.
sounds like she bleeds Disney, doesn't she? She's also a member of the board of directors of McDonald's. She's been listed in the Fortune magazine 50 most influential women in business. She's number 7. She's the first woman to be chair of Disney in the 98-year history. Now, that's
good.
a good thing. Depends on the person,
When it's not
but it's
good,
a good
it's bad.
thing. Well, it's bad.
Yeah,
it's never been before.
Yes.
But yeah, so she sounds like another bean counter to me, a successful bean counter, but still a bean counter. And I do know that board of directors are not made up of employees, and it's always external people, isn't it? Generally board board members. But this doesn't fill me with joy. I'm hoping, my biggest hope is that she will be adequate.
Please be adequate.
That she'll
We're talking about
just
hopes
keep.
and dreams of 2022.
I know.
That's the first dream.
I know that she'll just keep things afloat, because I'm not. I saw no evidence that she's going to push the company in any kind of earth-shattering direction. I think she's just going to be a really competent chairman of the board, and all our hopes again are put back into Bob Chapek and Josh Tomorrow. Right.
I can just say Penny Bunty has two trees, and
we have 2 trees.
and her Disney Primark ones go on the main tree, but then she's got a posh tree for a posh Disney decorations.
We were talking the other day. I don't know if both our grandmas used to have a front room and a back room, and the front room you couldn't go in, and there was plastic on the furniture and things like that. Was your grandma like that?
No.
Oh, but that's we had this. You were probably like upper class. We were very working class. So we would have the back sort of kitchen, diner, come everything room where we all made mess, and then there was a front room that no one was allowed in. But that sounds like your other tree, your posh tree, would go in the front room. Right. I'm out of news, guys. So if you've got anything you want to talk about before we
I've
go
got
on to our
some
main
news.
discussion, yeah, do your thing.
It's not my own news. It's from the Dunn family. He says, a little bit of info. I saw today Pin's price have been rounded up.
Oh, yeah. I saw this. I debated whether it was worth news or not. But if something's
Well.
$6.99,
Yeah,
Eight.
it's 7.
no.
It's 8.
It's 8. So
Rounded up.
everything's gone up €1 and a penny. And I think that they thought that we wouldn't notice that they'd gone up an extra. The only one that hasn't is the highest tier, which I think, is it pink? That's still €13, but it always was.
I have news. Mm-hmm. You can now do a virtual tour on Google Maps.
Yes,
of
you can.
Disneyland Paris, which is good in some sense, because you can zoom out and click on things and go to it. But if you don't do that, if you've ever used Google Maps and you're doing the people view thing, whatever it's called, the street view, you click the button to move forward and it moves you a little bit. Then you click it again, and honestly, you'd be on Main Street for a month to get from the railway station
really?
to where Mickey is in the hub.
Really?
On those pictures, yeah, it just takes forever. And if you go the wrong way, there's no way to. You have to then turn around and go back again. So I thought, I'll go see if you can go through the arcades. You can't go through the arcades. Quick tip for you: if you want to go through the arcades, you can't go through the arcades. I've just said that, but it's worth knowing, because once you get over to the arcade and you find out you can't go through the arcade, you've then got to click 20 times to get back to Main Street again.
If you have a split view, you can literally just click on a road, and the orange man will jump to it, won't it?
Yeah, you can do that, but you can't go on the rides either.
Man.
So calling it a virtual tour is not really a virtual tour.
Figure.
You'd be better off getting the Minecraft 50th thing for Walt Disney World, and then you can actually go on the rides and walk around and stuff. It's all very square and that, but it's pretty good. I've been playing it on my phone this week.
I think you could walk around Park Dastrix like years ago.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's something that should be brand new.
When I saw this, I thought, I'm sure you can already do that. But I mean, there was like 3D view, wasn't there?
Yeah, the 3D view.
But you couldn't actually like walk down it. Wonder why.
Dunno.
And Nathan Smith has just asked, any info on the tests needed to re-enter the UK? What do we need? Where do we get them from? And how on earth does it work? This is something else that
We're a bit scared to.
I was going to put
say
on the
definitively.
news, and I spent months and months reading out news like this, and I got a little bit kind of, I want to talk about fun things, so I thought I won't put it on. I know it's so important to people going, but it's also changing so rapidly, we don't want to give out duff information. If there's anyone, Dunn family, I don't know when you came back, I know it's recent. If you've got any information or you can help Nathan, then please do. I'm getting more from my dad and him trying to get to Tenerife than I am from Disneyland Paris at the moment. So
I think at the moment you've got to have a PCR test when you come back into the country by the end of the second day, and you have to quarantine until you've got your result. That's my understanding, and it's a paid for one, obviously, not just go see you.
Well, that's how I understood it last week. But don't you now have to test before you depart, like test in France again, like we did? I think so. I think that was that was announced today. I think.
Yeah, I think
I've not
that's,
heard.
I think that's right. Yeah.
But like I say, this is brand new, and I didn't fully read the article, so I didn't want to.
Oh, for goodness
into that.
sake!
I know. I think that comes in on Tuesday as well because they don't want to surprise anyone who's currently there. But I mean, gosh.
Yeah, give it a couple of days to spread a bit more.
Imagine you're there and you're coming back on Wednesday and you're like, oh no, that'd be your holiday ruined basically, trying to sort that out.
Yeah.
That would be
that
really
news in
miserable.
itself is putting more doubt on our trip because it just adds more money to it.
It does.
I'm just not sure I can be.
No.
I can keep throwing money at it just constantly like that. So
just hope it goes away.
We're going to hold off and see what happens, see what the situation is near the time. We can cancel right up to 7 or 8 days before, so it's not the end of the world, but
it's the end of the Disney World.
Just frustrating.
Let's lift the spirits a little bit for the last 20 minutes of this, guys. Hopes and dreams for 2022 in the Disney parks.
That I get there.
That's it. You've got a trip planned. We're hoping to have trips planned. We've got a Walt Disney World trips planned. And also the wider Disney World and I don't mean Disney World, Disney Universe and community. What are we hoping? I would like to see, whether we're there or not, that they have a real memorable something on the 12th of April, because the 50th in Disney World was like a bee fart in a hurricane, basically. Nobody noticed. And the 25th in Paris was just, I tear up just thinking about it. It was phenomenal. So I'd like to see us do something that really showed the world that Disneyland Paris is one of the premier parks in the world, and not just second to the American parks, on the 12th of April. That's my first.
That's good. I find it very difficult. Like, so
we had this question recently.
We've talked about things a bit like this, I think, before. But
Well, we've had lots of what hotels would you build, what rides would you knock down.
I'm sure we had a question just like this, and I plucked something out of the air, and it was actually quite good. I'm trying to think, can I just use that again? I can't remember what it was.
I think I'm finding it very difficult to answer because you've literally just dropped a bombshell on me.
Oh, I
feel
know.
Really quite miserable about it.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, we're all hoping that we will be able to go, that we will get there, and the magic will still be there when we get there. The truth is, the magic will be there. I think the Dunn just said something like the Dunn family just said something like that in the chat. The magic, go! It's amazing. Don't cancel. Go! It's amazing.
I've got one.
Go on.
Pim Kitchen. Big chocolate bar.
Yes.
Come on, big massive chocolate bar.
My expectations are so low on this because I fully expect
that's
it.
all we want,
happen,
innit?
But,
That big chocolate bar.
Yeah.
Do you know I haven't really watched much of California Adventure Campus. Again, this is with I'd rather experience it myself. And I actually watched a vlog on it the other day. I don't know why I cracked. But do we know yet whether Acrobatic Spider-Man is coming to Paris?
Yes, apparently. I'm sure they said he was. I'm sure I've read that.
Because
ages ago.
that looks amazing. So my bucket list is that we get Acrobatic Spider-Man at Paris.
Well, while we're on Avengers, the other thing for me is when in the early days of all this, they talked about how they would interact with each other in the different parks, and I'm interested to know how that's going to work. But I want that to happen. I want to see that. It's probably going to be
Doctor Strange.
Opens the thing, goes through, and then appears at the other one.
Yeah,
and you won't know that they're
looking
connected.
slightly different.
Yeah. So I've got lots of hopes for Avengers Campus. I hope that Spider-Man ride is as good as I think it would be, because a lot of people have been like about it, but I love Toy Story Mania and Buzz Lightyear. I love that interactive game element.
If you like the Medway one, your Wii game, if you like that,
yeah.
If you like your Wii game, then
Midway Mania,
I think. I really hope that they don't shut it to Small World for an extended refurb. But they have. So that one's done. That's gone.
It might be back by the time you're there.
It needs it though, doesn't it? Let's be honest. I hope they sort that roof out. That's what I hope. That's my hopes and dreams. Sort out that roof.
Yeah.
I hope that cavalcades, in addition to parades, becomes the norm. And what I would love most of all is a regular nighttime parade. Now that they've got a nighttime Christmas parade with the lights up and things, I would like a regular nighttime parade. I remember the days of the Main Street Electrical Parade. I'm that old, and it was magical.
Whistling it.
Is that what it was? Yeah. How do you find wearing masks in park? Now, I would say my bucket list would be to not need to wear a mask in a park, and I suppose ultimately I do have that bucket list, but I'm happy to wear one while one needs to be worn.
So used to it now. It's not an issue, really.
The worst bit's just that bit of pain you get behind the ear sometimes.
Yeah, you do get the pain, but it's almost worth it for the feeling when you take it off and you go, oh, yeah. Rub your ears. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they've stopped now. When we went, you had to wear it for photos, which I found a bit ridiculous because we'd just been on the cruise ship, which is ultra strict. But even they'd let you take it off, have your photo, and put it back on again for 10 seconds. They've changed that now in Disneyland Paris, so that makes it better.
I haven't asked you about your drink, Hugh. Shall I ask you about your drink?
Yeah.
Hugh, what are you drinking? Hey, ole, it's showtime! All together! Your tiki cup in your tiki cup. Well, you made yourself a beverage, I'll drink it up from your tiki cup.
I'm once again drinking the spiced rum, but this is the vanilla one.
Vanilla?
Oh no, it's coconut. It's coconut and vanilla.
Oh.
And I've made some apple and orange cordial with it.
Oh, that sounds good.
I've discovered that this stuff can go with anything, even if the flavours don't necessarily match. You know, coconut and orange. It's not really a thing, is it? But it all works. It's all fine. And I've had quite a bit of it, actually, so I'm feeling pretty
So
hot.
Encanto episode's going to be fun then.
Yeah.
Look, the green screen's not picking it up today. You can actually see it.
You can see your tiki cup.
Yeah. I don't know what's in it because you made it for me.
Oh,
if you want to find out what's in it,
it's
then watch the Vlogmas when we put it out.
What is it? Orange, raspberry, and passion fruit?
Vimto.
Something like that. Yeah.
Okay, guys, we are recording an episode of our Classics podcast today, so it's going to be the 60th animated classic, which is Encanto. So when we do that, because they tend to be quite long, we do try and keep quite a tight schedule with the Disneyland Paris show.
Penny's asking if we have a PO box if people want to send you stuff.
Ooh.
We don't. You could send
You're not meant to give out your address, have you?
No, you could
People have sent us stuff, but
you could send us a private message and we'll give you the address. I mean, it is number 37, Disney Streets.
Magic Town.
But yeah, if you want the postcode, send us a private message and.
Don't try sending it without a postcode because I have no idea where that'll end up.
The Don family says you need one.
You need one.
Oh.
Right.
Sounds like a
We'll get
threat.
on that then. Who wants to send us stuff?
Don't know.
Well, I know that
What?
Susie's sent us stuff before and Bob's sent us stuff before, but in both cases we kind of we have long-term relationships with them.
I've had books sent as well. Though.
Yeah.
Oh, you have had books
sent.
from.
Yeah.
Do you just give out your address then?
Yeah, but not like widely. Just,
Okay.
just when people ask.
You have a cursory glance at their Instagram profile first. Just make sure that they're not like going to send us feces.
Okay. Right, there's a couple of requests for our address in the chat, which is feeling kind of ooh. So what I was going to say is we're going to wrap this up certainly in the next 10 minutes because we do have quite a long show to record after this. So if anybody has got any questions for us, now is your chance. Otherwise, I'm just going to get the vlog back on so we can do Vlogmas and say bye-bye to y'all.
Ooh. Speaking of Vlogmas, I know you mentioned it last week, but me and Lucas are going to do some of the Walt Disney World Minecraft thing. Now I've had to play around with it and know what it does. So we're going to look at the characters because you can do meet and greets. We're going to look at what food and merchandise is available in there. It's all free as well, which is brilliant. And then we're going to go on a couple of rides. Lucas wants to do the Buzz Lightyear one and see if I can beat his score.
Oh,
So that could be
wow.
what we do.
I did a test. I did a quick drawing of Mickey Mouse and I shared that somewhere. Can't remember where. Twitter probably. But I was going to do another video, maybe do like a little narration on it. Who should I draw?
That was going to be my question. Who should Hugh draw?
First person in the chat.
If you've don't know what he's on about, he can draw. He draws on a tablet.
He can draw.
He's a professional illustrator. I need to get that. I know that's mentioned all the time, but he sketches on a tablet and he produces a lot of work on his tablet and he can screen record the tablet. So he's done this kind of sped up version of him drawing He did Mickey Mouse, but he's also done his own characters for his own work before. But if you want him to draw someone, he's going to kind of talk through what he's doing and how he's doing it and why he's doing it. That's going to be one
Why
of
he's doing it.
Why he's doing it.
Lucy made me do it for Vlogmas.
Yeah. So
Honestly, the first person to put a character or something Disney related in there, as long as it's not like all the Disney castles.
Oh, David's saying he loves my Vlogmas videos. Thank you. That's the other thing. If you've got anything you want me to say, I'm just kind of chatting. I like talking Disney, so I'm just sitting down and talking, which I did the other day. And so I'm going to sit down and talk about my 5 favourite online tools for planning.
Buzz.
Who said Buzz?
The Dunn family.
Cool.
I like that.
There you go. So
Buzz.
he's doing Buzz.
I'll draw it. It'll be my own interpretation of Buzz.
But if there's anything
Like my
else,
Mickey was.
because I've got another, what day are we on? 6? I've got another 18 days of this to fill. You've got 4, you just listed, or there's 4 in there.
I thought I might read the kids' Mary Blair book. I thought I might do a read.
Oh, that would be
quite fun as well, so
lovely.
get some of the pictures in the
Like a
background.
proper Jackanory thing.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be
You're gonna set up
really
a proper,
nice.
like, corner.
Yeah,
with
with
a chair in
Christmas
it.
tree. Yeah.
Are you going to say
Excellent.
hello, children?
I don't know what to say. Hello, children. I'll work that out.
Oh, if you want to see my Mickey Mouse drawing, it'll be on our Instagram account, which is 37 Disney _ street.
I'm sorry about that.
What else? Oh, yeah. So I haven't really done a full plan, but I'm thinking of stuff like my top 5 places to eat in the park, or things that I do to prepare, what my packing method is, just ridiculous stuff like that. I haven't got the talents that these two have got. So if there's anything you want me to chat about, then let me know. And if you can't think of anything right now, then you can find me on Twitter. You can DM me. You can find us places.
Send the things
can't
to
you?
her PO box.
Yeah. So, is there anything else you want to talk about then?
I have one more thing. Mm-hmm. We have elves staying in our house at the moment. I don't know if you do, but we have.
we do.
We have
got a
2
few of them.
elves staying in our house at the moment.
We've got 5 so far,
right.
and there's literally about 19 of them.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot. Well, yeah. So they're quite good most of the time. A little bit mischievous on a night, but the boys went away yesterday for the night, and when they came back today, the elves had brought them a little Chewbacca thing about this big, and it's Bop It. And you bop its head, and you twist its head, and you pull his legs.
No way!
And, it's better than that. And you know the voice that says everything?
Yeah.
It's Han Solo. And when you get it wrong, it goes, laugh it up, furball.
Oh, Chris.
Fuzzball.
Fuzzball.
Have you
Fuzzball.
made this up? This is
No,
amazing.
it's genuinely there. In fact,
I need to look
I'll
this
tell
up.
you what, I'll do a Vlogmas video of me versus Lucas doing Bop It.
Yes,
Do that
I'm not
yes,
going to
yes,
look it up.
yes.
I'm going to wait for the video.
Yes,
I'll
yes,
do
yes,
that
yes,
tomorrow.
yes.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
Penny suggests doing a Q&A where Bonnie decides the questions. I bet she would ask you some interesting
Oh,
questions.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I am excited.
I did think of doing one of those speed question things, but I need to get the questions from somewhere. You know, where someone just fires questions at you and you say the first thing in your
Well,
head.
We used to have them in
They're
the...
coming in thick and fast now on the
Didn't
show.
we?
Emily says best Disney history books.
Oh, that would be one for this guy. He's got the big book collection.
I can talk
so
through my collection, actually, if you want. I
you
can
want
do
to
that,
do that
Emily.
one? Yeah.
God, I'm going to end up with loads to do here, but I'll find some time. I'll do a few videos this week.
Okay.
Yeah.
I need to tidy up my my office a bit before I can.
I've got a busy
I've got
let you in.
a fair
Not sure when I'll do
few.
mine either, but it'll get done.
Yeah.
I've got a fair few books I can show as well. Look how excited Chris is.
I am. I am.
I
very
could
excited.
talk through the tiki cups, but again, it's if I've got time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I've got quite a few.
Yay.
There you go.
Right. Okay, guys. I'm going to wrap it up because we've got a whole hour-long podcast to do after this, and things are getting late, and we're getting old. We're usually in pajamas by now.
And I'm hanging.
So he did shots last night,
I'm
and
dangling.
he's too old for that.
I am too old for that, but you didn't need to say that, did you?
Oh,
That's just rude.
sorry. It's always feel. So, thank you all for joining us. I've been Lucy. This has been the boys. You've been great, and good night.
See you later. Peace.